This is Mike 7, Charlie Sierra Net. I've got Michael in the log. I've got Sooty in the log, M7MH. I can hear myself coming back. There's an emergency live stream went up, so there is some fettling I'm going to have to do with it. Yeah, it seems okay at the minute. So I'm running it. I've got the big machine. Is now in Churchtown. So we are running on 5G broadband, everything. So we'll see how it goes. So we've got Michael, we've got Sooty, like I said. So if you want to be number 4 into the Wales Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
W5VOG, Stephen Penarth. Good evening, Chris. Back to you.
Okay, I have GW5VOG. He came through, I think, over on the cqnorthwest. Although, yeah, I'm going back that way, but it didn't come through my DMR radio. But I did see it light up on my FTM 200, so I've got it there, Steve, although I probably didn't get any audio. You might have done on the live stream now. So if you'd like to be number 5 into the Wales Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
G0EUZ.
0EUZ. I got your audio. Yeah, all good. Right, we'll have a quick one, see if we've got anyone else there who would like to check in. I see I've got a message from Sooty. Yes, he did, so that was GW5VOG. We'll see if anybody else would like to check in. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location. Okay, nothing heard, but it's all good. So I'm going to put Sooty in on the first one as well. But of course, number 2 is Michael. So we will go over to Michael, who is celebrating Thanksgiving. You have seen some progress of my shack today, and I'm actually sat at it, although I'm using a DMR radio, a handheld. But I am sat at it, and of course, Big Bertha is the gateway that we go in through. Yeah, I put some pictures up when I wasn't well, so we'll be able to explain that gateway out, and that is the MD9600 and the Pi 2. The radio runs from GD77. It was running on a lovely software up until today. We had an update and it didn't want to work, so we had a spare image, so we've gone back to a normal image for now. It all seems to be working, so we'll go over to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. It's Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here from Lebanon, Tennessee, United States of America, where we have, as Chris said, just finished celebrating our Thanksgiving holiday and quit running to Christmas shopping season. Started out this morning, it was probably about slightly below 0 Celsius here, and it's warmed up to all 10 degrees Celsius today in the heat of the sun. But it's a nice day, cloudless day, so we're getting nice and sunshine. And I'm still full of 2 turkeys, a ham. One of the turkeys was smoked, and one of the ham was smoked, and the other was roasted in the oven. All kinds of delicious side items, and so I still have leftovers from that. So if I fall asleep in the middle of this net, blame it on the turkey. I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Not connected. Charlie Sierra. Well, I got all of your audio there, and then I got not connected afterwards. Yeah, we got all of your over, so all good there, Michael. So I'm going to go over to Minsterworth. I'm sure he said he ain't doing anything and he'd be on the net. I don't know. I'm sure that's what I heard on Wednesday. But we're given the opportunity to have one over. Mike 7, Mike Hotel.
Yeah, Mike 7 Echo Mike Hotel, returning to M7CCS. Very good evening to you. Good evening to the rest of the guys, Rod, Michael and Steve. Good to hear you. Nice to be on for a change, and yeah, you are right. I didn't have anything planned for tonight, so thought I'd make the effort. And before we go any further, just thanks for that little bit of information that you gave me the other day. I've managed to do that, and the hotspots are all working, up and running. Bit more time consuming, but not too much. Just takes an extra couple of minutes on each one, really. So of course, the next time the IP address changes, all I've got to do is just put that IP address in, and then that configuration, and then it'll bring me straight into it until such times as it ever starts working or whatever. So, you know, it's sorted. Well, we haven't done really that much this week. The wife's been out Christmas shopping. We've done that. We ordered a few bits and pieces off of the various places off the internet. So we're well and truly on top of Christmas. We've got some bottles of plant ready for Christmas. We've just got some food and bits and pieces to get now, and we're pretty much sorted for Christmas. Weather-wise, it's in the early hours this morning, it absolutely emptied down. And then we had steady rain for a bit, and then after that it seemed to clear up a bit. Then we had a little shower about sort of early dinner time, and then it brightened up, and then we've had quite a nice afternoon until tonight, and then the sun went down, and then of course the temperature started to drop. But other than that, it's been a nice day. And we haven't long put the heating on, so that's a bit of a boosty bonus in my cap. So there we are. Still haven't sorted out the antenna because of the weather conditions at the moment being so up and down, cold, wet, freezing, wet, windy. So we're struggling, but we're getting there. Anyway, I'll pass it back to you, Chris. M7CCS with Mike 7, Echo Mike Hotel. Catch you next time round.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra returning. Thanks very much there, Sissy. We'll try a different radio, and it's actually stuck to a desk, but I've actually got more manoeuvrability. When you're looking for the one speaker which you know sounds really good coming out of a radio, you don't know for the life of you where you have actually put it yet. I'm trying to look around in this room at the minute. But I can't actually see. I can't see that speaker. The speaker I put in is way too bassy. That's no good. We're trying to carry on building the shack and do the net. I think I should just stick to doing one thing. I wasn't expecting to get a live stream out, but we've got one out there in a sense, and it's giving a live indication of where we are and what we're doing. We'll go round to Steve now, GW5VOG.
GW5VOG returning. I hope you can hear me, Chris. You did say something about you couldn't get my audio, but I am speaking on CQ Northwest. I have that set up as a standby, so I don't normally actually use it, but true to form, my DMR radio and hotspot with only DMR on it has been working all day, but suddenly it has decided not to work. I think I know what's the cause. I've had it on HubNet earlier on, and people are ragchewing on HubNet at the moment, and I can't disconnect from it. So I think that's the problem. So there we are. Anyway, welcome back, Chris. You've been off for 2 weeks. I was away the week before that, so I haven't spoken to you for 4 weeks, basically. I hope you're fighting fit now after your COVID. Tell me, I was interested, the mouth ulcers, is that a new symptom of COVID that I've never heard of before, or was that just randomly came after because you were run down or something like that? So there we are. Okay, let me know. Back to you, Chris M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, of course, yeah, we managed to get through the COVID, and of course it said it on the test, for whether it is or not, but I was feeling really run down, and I was, what was I eating? It was a Sunday dinner, but we had cheesy mash, and of course I got denture, and of course, yeah, it slid, and with the mash going underneath it, and you bite down, and yeah, you end up with yeah, a bit of a blood blister in a sense, isn't it? But that's pretty much what happened. Yeah, it was getting to the stage where I'd been trying things where you take the denture out and then your mouth seems to swell up, and it's like it shrinks. So yeah, it wasn't all that good, and there was quite a few of them underneath where it might have just been from being run down. Give me some stuff. It tastes absolutely horrible. But it was from Amazon for the sores and whatever, and of course, yeah, put that on a couple of times, and it basically made you feel like you've been to the dentist because it was numb. The only way I can describe it is when you were younger, they put a numbing cream on, and then they injected you. Yeah, that's basically what it is. If it goes down your throat, it tastes horrible. But it solves the problem. And of course, yeah, I'm more fighting fit, but I have got bits of shock all over the house at the minute in Churchlane. Because of course, yeah, the idea was empty the room and you start again when you're building the shack. So yeah, I built all the desk up today. So that's here from Shirlington now. I've got three of the 4 monitors up. Of course, yeah, that was down to not being able to find the mounting bracket that goes on the back of the monitor, but I've found that now when I wasn't looking for it. So yeah, it's coming along. I'm sat in well, it's not going to be the main radio room, but it's the temporary radio room for now. So of course, yeah, it's going to have somewhere to operate from. There will be a space for doing project stuff, and also yeah, handy storage where I'll be able to see where everything is. But that's not quite working at the minute. Hi. Right, I think I've hit my time, mate. So we'll go over to D.R.G 0E.
G0E. And everybody? Chris? Out on the... But I saw when you dropped out... Am I still in? Yeah, I'm still in. G0EZ. I think I'm in. I'll just pass it back to you, Chris. I can hear somebody else on the live stream, but I'm still in.
Okay, I may have hit my time out, and oh no. Hey, I've let drop enough for everything to stop my end. I even heard my own voice come back through DMR. So that might have been the problem. You were a little bit droppy there, Rod, but we could get you, and it started to clean up as you went on. So it might have been a case of both keying at the same time, because I'm unsure where I dropped out at. Back over to you there, Rod. G0EZ.
G0EZ, back to the group. Yeah, it's you came through fine there, no trouble at all. So yeah, nice to hear everybody on. Glad to hear you're much better, Chris. And does that mean you're getting ready to move in, or have you still got a lot to do? Still wish I had an indoor shack. I'd spend more time in it if it was indoors. Yeah, I just can't be bothered going outside. And I just sit in here in the living room. Be sat in a radio room in the nice and warm, and that way. So I don't know. Not done a great video this last week. I've not done a great deal of anything. Some crews are back. That's been and MOT, so that's back on the road. So I can only use one at a time. So it'll be in. To be honest, I didn't really want to, because I very much like the new car to drive. But there you go. It goes. When we get near, I think it's end of February when the tax runs out. So weather-wise, yeah, very similar to Sutton. Heavy rain or lunchtime, and then it's been nice since. And but it has gone cold to get some dog food out, and yeah, it was getting colder. CCS G0 he using.
Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Yep. Well, I received all of that over, Rod, except on the WiresX it was droppy. But on the DMR with me direct on XLX, yeah, it wasn't droppy. Yeah, there's of course, yes, it is nice to have an indoor shack, and yeah, I'll have an indoor shack for a little while longer. But it is kind of temporary, although yeah, you want it so that you haven't got a bird's nest to deal with when you want to move it, as well. And so it's at the moment the room that I've got it in is vacant. But with two children, you don't know what will happen. So of course, yeah. He reckons by the time we're moving into here, then he'll be moving in with his girlfriend. So, of course, yeah, it will stay radio room. The plan for what was going to be radio room, yeah, that needs a new roof on it. And of course, it'll need all the insulation and everything to make it part of, and a window put in it and things like that. But of course, yeah, I was a little bit miffed I couldn't fix my desk where I. And then I realised, hang on, I have a radiator right next to me. Not a good idea. Yeah, the noise of the A40, even with double glazing. But of course, it's kind of like it ended up in a different corner. I dropped out on my WiresX side, so I've just refreshed. Yeah, I'd end up near a corner, probably draft coming in from somewhere because it's near the window and whatever. I had the temporary desk over there anyway, and of course, yeah, sun would come through the windows on the screens things like that. So where I've put it, it fits, it works. There's a light switch behind it, but of course, yeah, you reach behind and you can still get access to the light switch. And whilst I've been building it, it was sunny and it was shining in. And this is the way that the sun shines on my face. And of course, yeah, it was actually okay. I didn't end up with the sun in my eyes or anything like that whilst I was building a desk or trying to do anything. So works out pretty well. So we're at the bottom of the list, so I'm going to see if anyone else would like to join us on the Wales Ragchew Net. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
This is Kilo Echo 9 Delta, Quebec Sierra, Todd in Indianapolis, Indiana, United States.
Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo, PG.
I don't know why this isn't working in 60.
And we got Monty, TW1TER, and I've just seen on the WiresX side N6 UTC as well. So I've got all of those check-ins, so we'll go round who we've just called in. So first of all, we go to Todd, I think it's right, KE9, Delta, Quebec, Charlie.
This is KE9 AQS, Todd in Indiana, United States. Thanks for having me on the net. No traffic. I'll send it back to net control. KE9 DQS.
Hey, thanks very much there, Todd. So also we had MW0AXD as well in that tiny little pilot. So but next we're going to go to Monty, TW1TER.
Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo here. Yeah, how's everybody going? I've been in the chat for a while, has there? So but there's loads to talk about. Mostly food. But I'm having roast chicken. And, well, just roast chicken. Nothing with it. Just chicken. I feel like some chicken, so I'm going to have some chicken. And I've just had a Christmas hat delivered for my garlic. So, I'm a Santa beard for it, so that'll be out the front of the house in the next couple of days, giving it ho, 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 exterminate, and other things. But, yeah, it's been very, very, very wet day, and my new car's got to go back already, because there's a leak somewhere, and the back of it was absolutely flooded. So it's got to go back to the dealership, and they're going to sort it out, because I paid a lot of money for it, and it's not my problem. But there you go. So, 2 Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo. Back to control.
And Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, it has been a long time there, Monty. But of course, yeah, you kind of forget some stuff when you're ill. But of course, yeah, food tonight is pizza. Last night was spare ribs. That's as far back as I can remember. Hi. But right, we're going to go around to NDAF now, N6 UTC.
Okay, I hope I'm getting in, because I think this, yeah, it looks like I'm getting in. I see myself on the XLX. Anyway, coming in through WiresX, as Michael said, it's been a bank holiday or a public holiday here this weekend. I had Thursday, Friday off. So on Thursday, I went up to the Palos Verdes Peninsula overlooking the Pacific Ocean, played some radio in the morning, and then yesterday my wife and I went out to the Mojave Desert. We took a trip to 29 Palms, which is near Joshua National Park. It kind of where the Sonoran Desert meets the Mojave Desert. And Michael might know the area. I know he's an old U.S. Navy guy, but there's a Marine base in 29 Palms, a training base, and there's actually a detachment of Royal Marines base there as well. So I was out there playing radio as well yesterday. Anyway, hopefully I made it through. Back to you, Chris. N6 UTC, Long Beach, California.
7 Charlie Sierra. Well, that's all interesting stuff, and of course, yeah, you're close enough. You can go there, straight to the desert. Hi. So, right, I'm trying to figure out a button, but I can't remember. Oh, there we go, done it. So that's all good. So right, we're going to go to MW0 AXD. Saw you on the dashboard. So we'll call you in. Long time no speak.
MW0 AXD. Yes, we want us. Yeah, following the parents. So that's a new TGIF, and yeah, so we're rebuilding the shack. So just in time for just before Christmas. So things are all good at the moment, and the house is a bit of a building site, but yeah, slowly rebuilding everything, so we're getting there. But yeah, nice to be back, and got Mark, is a GW4 XMR that's also kind of joined in the same time as me, so can't miss him there as well. So hi Mark, but yeah, I'll check back to you there, Chris, and I'll continue to listen in and catch up on what everyone's got to say.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, now using WiresX direct mode. So yeah, should all be working. And I'm using a dashboard point as yeah, a reference point now, you know, if I'm going out. So that's all good. I'm using the PDN mode enough. So it's all good. So you mentioned GW4 XMRs there. So yeah, we're going to have to call him in, because he can't just sit there and listen if he's going to key up. GW4 XMR.
MW0.
MW0 KJN. I got you there, and then you backed off, but yeah, go ahead with an over. Back over to you there. I believe it's Kev.
MW0 KJN. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's having a nice Saturday. Just flicking around and happened to stumble across WW, and I forgot that I'd connected it to W.D.R.G and left it there, so gonna leave it there for a little while, Chris, as well. It's been really quiet recently, so hopefully a few people will chirp up. I was going to ask you a quick question, actually. I've got my hotspot here as well, and I did speak to some of the guys the other day. I was like, is the W.D.R.G stuff still going on? Because, like, I couldn't get it to work. Hence why I connected WW up. Now, according to my FT2D, I'm connected to XLX042 via PyStar. Things like Parrot and all that are working. So the PyStar's okay, but it's showing W.D.R.G 0, and obviously there's no traffic coming through there to me now, so perhaps you can let us know, Chris, on your next over if something has changed, or it's been a while since I've connected out there. I could go through DMR, but I've got my hotspot configured for Fusion at the minute. But yeah, hope everything's okay with you, mate. Long time no speak, and hopefully we can catch up. We're going to try and do a bit more radio over Christmas. So back to you there, Chris. Mike 7 Charlie Sierra from MW0KJN.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, and yeah, good to hear you. It is long time no speak there, Kev. And of course, yeah, you're coming through the WW repeater in Swansea. If you're using the hotspot, whether it's normal PyStar, whether it's WPSD, if it's him, if it's that one, then there's a new image, as well as update. I'd suggest that instead of, but I'd suggest just back up the image. So if you use the backup feature in the hotspot, save that down, then just write a new image on, get that, and then literally, once you get into it, you know, with PyImager, you put your Wi-Fi straight in anyway. So of course, you set that up, it gets onto your network, you back it back up, and it's ready to go again. It might need an update, but yeah, depends whichever version it is, it will need an update. There have been a few. And the other thing is if you're accessing our XLX server with a Yaesu radio, then you need the DigiID number 13 in the Yaesu radio, and then that opens it up, because it's literally is push to activate on the XLX with the C4 FM side of things. So thanks for checking in there. So we're going to go back round the list, and we're going to go up to Michael, Whiskey R5, Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here. And I was going to make a comment about that. I want to say hi to Steve and Rod and Monty out there joining us up. Like, if you know, I've not been to 29 Palms, but every Marine that goes on the West Coast that's in the aviation side of the Marine Corps goes to 29 Palms. I've never had the honor of going to that base, but I sure would like to have visited when I was in. Chris, I was going to tell you that that you're setting up is a lot like the one I would love to set up. That's my dream one. I was going to take 2 of those L-shaped desks end to end, so I had almost a wraparound desk. That was my goal. If I ever get somebody that can help me out and tear down this shack, I know it's going to take several days. So I don't know if I want to get onto that project. It's going to take probably a couple of weeks before it's all said and done and redo my shack. But the way you get the desk set up is, I really do like that. So you're definitely, as far as I'm concerned, on the right track. Looks very good. I'm hard to wait to see when it's totally finished. Other than that, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7. Yeah, you got to get. Well, I say, you know, it's got to be easy to operate, in a sense. So of course, yeah, I'm just testing things out, you know. So of course, like I said, I'm in WiresX Direct now. So I am coming through via the CQ Northwest side then. But yeah, WiresX Direct on my radio. So of course you can still search around and things like that. So I of course, yeah, I forgot how to do it. I remembered I'd done it once, and then yeah, I was told how to do it. And earlier in the week, and of course, yeah, it's the first time I've done it. I've done it while on, and then put it to the FTM2. So yeah, it's working pretty well there, and of course, yeah, well, I say it's working pretty well. I'm watching myself drop down, but that's probably what I'm connected to, not what it's connected. I don't know. But yeah, I saw a little drop out. So But of course, yeah, the desk is becoming, well, like I said, it's usable. I can swing round and use everything at the moment. If I want HF, I can swing round to it. Although that's going to go the other way round because it doesn't like 20 meters in this configuration. But in the other configuration, it did. So it'll be going to a different configuration. But this at the moment is usable. And it's just a case of HF is going to go to one end, and the gateways will go to another end. So that's how it works out. So we go round to City M7 EMH.
Yeah, myself, my hotel. That's a great place for that, Chris. And yeah, good evening, Monty and Todd, Andy, and Kevin. Good to hear from you guys. And yeah, yeah, I've been a bit of a excuse me, been a bit of a stay away, so we're back as well. Yeah, just a couple of things. The Wednesday net is quiet, but that's understandable because it's obviously coming up to Christmas and that time of day when people are possibly out shopping in bits and pieces. But it's still there, it's still running. MB6PG, the dashboard isn't working at the moment, but it's being worked on, and there are plans ahead for sorting out various other bits and pieces. In the meantime, if you do want a dashboard of some description, if you go to the website, you can pick up the XLX042 button, press that, that'll take you to our dashboard for that. Other than that, mind the gaps. I noticed some of you are jumping in quite quick, and that does upset the network because don't forget you've got two independent networks joined together. So you've got to give one time to reset, and you've also got to give the other one time to reset. So mind those gaps, please. And but other than that, tonight it's been good. The audio is absolutely spot on from everybody. Yeah, just a couple of squeaks here and there now and again. Tiny little dropouts, but it's nothing serious, nothing to what we normally get. Everything's been working pretty good all week. We did have an issue the other day, which Simon very kindly sorted out for us. So if he is listening, thanks, mate. And other than that, radio-wise, that's about it, really. But yeah, everything seems to have settled down. Chris's internet's got better, mine's better. So yeah, hopefully it's all working. The gateways are being used as well, which is good. So yeah, everything's hunky-dory. Obviously we've got the meeting tomorrow night for the usual suspects. But yeah, if you've got spare time on a Wednesday afternoon, 4:30, join mine net. Usually quite good sometimes. Sometimes it's very quiet, but as I said, understandable. That's about it really, so I will pass it back to Chris and then think of something else. Oh yes, I know what I was going to say. Monty, I blurred it out, as you said it, I blurred it out to the wife. Cooking chicken in the kitchen, well, I did actually say it out to the wife, well, he's not cooking it in the toilet, is he? And of course she burst out laughing, but I just literally blurted it out. Sorry mate, but I thought that might make you smile. But there we are. Anyway, back to you, Chris. M7CCS from Mike 7 there from my hotel.
Oh, city. Oh, city. Well, it's kind of there. But, so, that's all good. So basically, yeah, what we're on about is, yeah, you timed out there, but yeah, he's not going to cook it in the toilet. That's your humour there. City, and I managed to time out. See what she's made you do now. We'll find out she's still breathing on the next round. Hi. So we go round to GW5 of VOG, round to you there.
GW5VOG returning. Yeah, Chris, I think you mentioned that you're on CQ Northwest now. Well, I'm on DMR now. I seem to have managed to get my other hotspot to spring into life. I think the HubNet people went away, and I didn't really try it in case I was interrupting someone else. And so also I did an update. That always helps, doesn't it? While I was waiting, and then it didn't come on, but all of a sudden your voice appeared on it, so eventually it got to work. Right, so I've been, I don't know if you remember, 4 weeks ago, I might have mentioned, and a couple of times before that as well, that a friend of mine from the local radio club died, unfortunately, very surprisingly, very quickly. We weren't expecting it, but I inherited some of his equipment, and including 2 MMDVN hotspots. So anyway, I had a brainwave. We had a new member at the club who's quite interested in doing Digi 70. So I thought I'll get that hotspot to go and let him have it. So he's going to pay me something, but I didn't pay a huge amount for it anyway. So I've been working on that for about 3 days. It just wouldn't transmit over it. But anyway, eventually I got it to work. I think it was the offset. Maybe I did tweak with the offset, and it didn't spring into life. But then about an hour later, it did suddenly. Which seems to happen sometimes with hotspots. There's no explanation as to why they suddenly start working, but they do. So that's what I've been doing radio-wise, and that's what I was going through CQ Northwest on. So I've never done YSF on an MMDVM hotspot before, and I've been learning quite a lot about you know, dialing in the room numbers and all that, which I wasn't 100% sure about. So I've learned all that over the last few days. So been quite busy. So back to you then, Chris. M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, it's all good helping somebody on the air and, yeah, learning something yourself. So, yeah, getting it working on Brandmeister, YSF to DMR, and get it to do that. Pack it out with the zeros. So, it'd work. But, yeah, reverse engineering, though. But, it works. You just have to refrain from pressing that WiresX button. That can make it go bad. Sometimes it'll jump to an offset when you do that on the actual radio itself. But yeah, proper WiresX, well, that's what I normally use. And of course, yeah, it works. But of course, it works on a hotspot as well. And of course, yeah, remember the Digi ID 13 for XLX. So you've got to program it onto there. So we go round to Rod G0 EUZ.
G0 EUZ. Back to the try. But yeah, Steve, you're doing well there. I must admit, I always had trouble with YSF and a Yaesu radio. All the others were no problem. It was just the YSF. It always had an offset that didn't correspond. But eventually get it working, and then you put it down for an agent, and that changed, and it doesn't want to go. So it's very difficult. Any of them at the moment. One radio, which is up to CQ Northwest, but I don't use it as such. And I've got DStar, but I don't use that either, and it's actually on this, so I don't use that very much at all. But it's a good idea to revamp your shack every now and again, because it tidies it all up and gets rid of a lot. You know, I did all my antennas and I labelled them all not so long back, and yeah, that worked great, but there's still a lot of wire. It's done for years. Out somewhere, but sounding good. Nice to hear Tom there and then that. Who else was there? There was somebody else, but I can't. So yeah, I'll Chris and see what comes up. M7CCS G0 EUZ.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, of course, yeah, it is good, and of course, yeah, I know that, I know Andy's in, yeah, MW0AXD, he's in range, of WW, I believe. GW4X, he's in range, as far as I know, and of course, yeah, Kev's definitely in range of it. But, yeah, it's all good. So, yeah, I often do just click into the WW room, Kev, and I often do that just to see if there's someone there or something like that, because I'll connect direct, but I believe you did have it connected to something else, but yeah, you know, it's up to anybody where anything's connected, but of course traffic isn't all that through here, but of course, yeah, when we've got the nets, there is traffic, and yeah, encourage people to talk, and if people are just piping up and talking, then it's good. It's going to go off on loads of hotspots, loads of different people's stuff, whether they got their radios on, but as long as they kind of know, then of course, yeah, they're going to go out to other areas there. Of course, I'm not always around the radio as much, but of course, I am around. I've always got DMR radio on because I've changed my my gateway DMR. So of course, I'm always monitoring in a fashion. So and you know, with the shack up and running, probably have the monitors on as well. So it's all good. So I've got to look where we were. So Todd was in and out. So we're around to Monty 2W1 TER.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo. Didn't leave a gap then, sorry. I picked it up and pressed the PT button at the same time. Yeah, well, I'd have to be chicken in the kitchen because I couldn't find anything that rhymed with bog. So, there you go. I was thinking, yeah. But yeah, just a couple of pieces of chicken. But yeah, it's been pretty grim up there. Nobody's doing anything, so I'm not surprised the nets are quiet and that. I haven't really picked the radio. Well, the main radio, the HF, I haven't touched it for about 8 months because I haven't got an antenna up. And I just haven't got the strength or the willpower to do it now. I'm not bothered really, to be honest. Like I've said before, I've got it all up for sale. Well, I will have it all up for sale, but I'll get Christmas out of the way because people are saving money for Crim Mode, don't they? Nothing sells around this time of year really second hand unless everybody wants it for a £5. And well, they can't have it for a £5. But yeah, it's that time of year where everything slows down, isn't it? And people are distracted with other stuff as well. But yeah, I haven't really got a lot to say this time round, to be honest. Not what's happened. Like I say, I've got problems with my car and problems here and there and problems. It's just, if I start talking about that, I just sound like a grumpy old bugger. Which I am anyway, in many ways.
like unlucky elf. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens after him, though. I hate it, I do, but there you go. Some people love it, some people hate it. Well, I don't know.
Okay, you either timed out or it broke. When you said, I don't hate it, but, and you broke one thing. So, yeah, that's all good. Not a problem. And, yeah, there's a case of hating it and not hating it. I've got some advent calendars to start opening on the 1st of December. And so has Bella. So Bella's obviously doggy treat orientated. Mine is obviously chocolate orientated, unless there's going to be Sprites in it. But they are both Grinch ones. And I've got a Christmas jumper. Just got the Grinch on as well. So it's all good there. So right, I'm gonna have to work out the dates for that as well and find out whether we do a Ragchew Net or not over the Christmas period, as it's I suppose the one thing I've learned over the last few years is funny, spend the time with the family while you can. But I've also got to say hi to Sue, who's listening, M7IJP. It's triggered in with the toilet comment that she's listening, so she's down in the login to number 12 now. So we go round to NDAF N6 UTC.
Yeah, hello, Chris. I think you gave it to me because you dropped out. There you go. I can see myself now on the XLX dashboard. Well, this morning I went to the we call them swap meets here. It's really it's a car boot sale of electronic stuff at the Northrop Grumman site, not far from here, in the city of Redondo Beach. It used to be a very popular place to go, but over the last 10 years or so, it's become a shadowless form of self. So not a whole lot of stands out there. But yeah, to answer Michael's question, there is an air wing, a U.S. Marine air wing based at 29 Palms. There's an air-ground range there, air-to-ground attack range out in the desert, and it works with the U.S. Naval Air Weapon Station in Ridgecrest, which is a few I don't know how many miles north of there, also in the Mojave Desert. It always amazes me how there's a U.S. Navy base, a U.S. Marine base out in the middle of the desert, nowhere near the ocean. And there's another U.S. Navy base, aircraft base, in Lemoore, which is in the Central Valley of California. Again, nowhere near the ocean. Once in a while when I'm out there, I hear some of the, the aircraft flying. I never get to see them, but I do hear them. But that was fun yesterday, and then tomorrow, I guess, it's ready to go back to work. I've got some domestic chores to do around the house tomorrow, and back to normal on Monday. Back to you, Chris, the N6 UTC.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, domestic chores there, but yeah, I think all the males with a partner have got domestic chores. So, of course, yeah, I'm going to be over Sheridan for Christmas. So whether we put a hotspot there or not, I'm not sure. But it's easy enough now. I've got another, I can just put a hotspot there and turn it on when I'm there. But of course, yeah, we'll work out the dates and whether we end up doing lectures and stuff like that. As I've done it in the past, and let's say, how can I figure it out the way before it's December? Numbers are short in December because there are too many pop-up gimmicky nets
and then they disappear after January. Yeah, you'll have like a month of solid nets, and then they just disappear, and go back to like once a month and stuff. And I can't really say too much because, of course, yeah, I've not been here and stuff like that. But yeah, people understand why, and obviously there's normally a valid reason. Same as Sooty, if Sooty can't do the net, he can't do the net. He's only one person. Same as me, I'm only one person. But yeah, you literally do. Facebook will just go mad, and there will be all these pop-up nets, and everyone will all migrate, shall we say, and then they break their hotspot, and then they can't get back to here, sort of thing. So I've got to look at the calendar, work the dates out, things like that. Of course, yeah, like I said, and that all started with saying about being roped into things for Christmas. So part of building the shack is dismantling the shack over at Shirlington. Enables to be able to have more of a family meal there because it's taking a bit of space out there. That's the idea. It should work. But of course, yeah, Christmas trees at both houses. Yeah, Donna loves Christmas. We'll look, and we spoke to him last, so we're going to Andy now, MW0AXD. The only thing I forgot to mention last time is, yeah, the audio was pretty hot, but I'm not sure whether I had this speaker on, which I did finally find the speaker for everyone, or the one that was too bassy, but yeah, I can't remember which one I had on, but I remember it being a little bit hot last time, and then getting perfect audio from Kev. So it must have been this speaker. So over to you, MW0AXD.
MW0AXD, what is it? Yeah, so this is the Icholink radio, so I'm coming in through my hotspots, not WW. But yeah, I do have that option, but that radio still at my parents, haven't moved that one yet. But what's that, yeah, the house is building inside. Got my own place, can now get more radios and tethers and experiment and play a lot more, so exciting times ahead. But yeah, it's just about rushed to get everything sorted, got the kids to get Christmas, so 4th year on it, so didn't expect that, but yeah, just running around getting everything sort of ready for them, so busy. But that's me. So yeah, I'll just check it back down, not one of the massive targets, so back to you, Chris.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. I don't want to upset you, but whatever contraption you are using, that's what I'm going to call it, a contraption. Whatever you are using there, yeah. I don't know what it is. Seems to have not been as well, because actually bellowing back at me at this moment, and it's not. But I am using a DMR. But the only way I can describe it is, Monty, why have you let your Daleks loose on the radio? I hope it... Hi. And yeah, it didn't come through the WiresX side. I've now seemed to have lost WiresX side on my side, and I'm only in independently, so I will sort that. But that's all I can really say about that. Over. But it is nice to have you with us. But yeah, the crosses play. I don't know. It sounds like a Dalek. You can tell it's you. But yeah, it's like you're drowning underwater. So we'll go around, we'll see if Kev's still with us. MW0 KJN.
VK3, Mike Juliet Radio. So on the side, Chris.
Yeah, I'll have a look at the hotspot configuration. I think I'll probably just bin the YSF stuff off and just use it for DMR for the hotspot, and stick to YSX. So yeah, first time for me using this repeater, I think, with a new radio. So I've had a bit of a change around in the shack, and I'm using one of the FTX1 Optimas now, which is absolutely lovely radio, but unfortunately the firmware is a bit buggy. You spend all that money on a radio and it doesn't work on YSX. You can use it on C4 FM, obviously, like I am now, but you can't use YSX mode, can't go changing rooms, can't do any of that. None of that works on it yet. And the APRS is a bit flaky. It crashes the radio sometimes, but that aside, it is really nice to use, and it's great that I can just sort of pop the head unit off the front, and then I've got a RP portable radio, go in my rucksack, and clip it back on the amplifier, and then you've got 100 watts then on everything from HF through to, I think it's 6 meters, 4 meters, VHF, UHF. So hopefully it's not sounding too bad, Chris. I haven't really looked at any of the audio settings yet. It's pretty much out of the box. But yeah, cheers for that info earlier. And like I said, I'll leave WW connected to the W.D.R.G anyway. So back to you there, Chris. M7CCS MW0KJN.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I heard that over from you, Kev, and of course, yeah, good to have WW connected in, and of course, it branches across the networks there. And of course, I've just changed my WiresX network because, yeah, Andy was still talking on CQ Northwest side, so that might be the net audio. But yeah, I got you, not a problem, Kev. It sounds all good. And of course, yeah, some hats are good for YSF. Some hats are only good for DStar, and some are brilliant for all 3 or 4 other modes. But yeah, my DMR hotspot is basically a TYT MG9600, a Raspberry Pi 2, the converter so that the UA works, and I'm using something called JStar repeater, and it's a little bit like PSD, the chip software, but of course, yeah, I set it on multiple networks. It doesn't seem to miss a beat. It's only if I go to use direct mode or something like that that I miss my beats there. But it's pretty well. So overly powered hotspot is mine, and of course, yeah, there weren't many taken on C4 FM. But of course, yeah, the DMR, I've already had a couple of key throughs, so it is working there, and of course I use it myself. Acknowledged Ron, VK3MJR, also heard you call in as well. So yeah, we get that one out the way. So yeah, well, it is round to Ron, VK3MJR, round to you.
M7 Charlie Sierra. Sounds like a group, VK3MJR. Yeah, just turned on, Chris, and heard you there, and I think you said it was Monty playing around with another radio or handheld or whatever. Very, very thin, very, very thin. It was not sounding good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, somebody's let the dogs out and got the chihuahuas mixed up in it. And there's some bigger dogs with some better audio. But yeah, it's just one of those little things, Chris, that yeah, new radios just take a little bit of time to sort, and they'll be up and going. But yeah, have it for a little while. So I thought, well, yeah, seeing how you're there, and I'm here, and when I turned on, you were there. So yeah, I thought, well, might as well jump in. It's probably the somewhere on the tail end of the net or something there, mate, over.
yeah, my God. About half an hour left to run on the net, and the thin audio is it. Yeah, that you know him, and yeah, he sounds brilliant when he comes through DMR. Andy, MW0AXD. I think you may have known him as 2W0AXD, or did it change? But yeah, if I just say the one that likes linking things together, I like to link things together, but I don't just link them. But yeah, the man who links things together, and then I got into trouble for it because I'm known for wanting to link things. But yeah, it's gone, it's forgotten, it's a laugh, it's a joke, and of course this hobby is experimental. I've not had much of a shack all week long, as to say anything, but of course, yeah, today I've really cracked on. I've got the desk in and things like that, and of course, yeah, we are doing the net now, and we've got a few people on, including the listeners, so it's just unlucky that you called in and got the 13 spot, but lucky for some. So I'm number 1, so we're going to go back around to the top of the list to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here, and it's beginning to sound like the nets of old days. You have a bunch of people on here today. That's so good to hear. And it seems like everybody's having a good time. So glad to have that. We're going back around. Of course, you got your, your 3 Musketeers on here, but plus all the others have been sounding great. I was going to say, yeah, there is some business that are not on the coast. I was stationed outside Memphis, Tennessee, twice. Well, actually, it was more or less 3 times. Twice as a student, 1 as an instructor. So there's not any oceans anywhere near Memphis, Tennessee. But that's just the way it is. And the Navy boot camp is up in Great Lakes outside of Chicago. No ocean around there either. I was talking to a friend the other day from Scotland, and he was asking me about the Thanksgiving holiday. And one of the things they said was there's going to be 80 million people traveling Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 80 million people traveling from coast to coast. And in my home state of Tennessee, they've estimated there to be over 2 million people traveling to and from in different places in this state alone. So tomorrow, when everybody tries to make their way back to the other parts of where they belong, it's going to be fun. Luckily, I'm staying here at the house, and I won't have that problem. Staying here with my ham shack. Just got me a new radio today, a little handheld, the VTech UV Pro. Interesting little radio. If you get a chance to look it up, pretty cool. The way it's set up so far, I haven't done a whole lot with it yet, but it looks very interesting. I'm looking forward to learning more about it. I'll turn this back over to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, VTech UV Chrome. Right, in a nutshell, without even looking anything up, is that a rip-off of the Bowfang? The new Bowfang's UV5. Because I know there's a new one going around, and of course, yeah, there's many other names that the network goes under. But yeah, on HubNet, it's all you hear them talking about. If I turn HubNet up when I'm doing a net, well, okay, HubNet is turned up while I'm doing a net. That is my local gateway, and I've just turned it up. I actually thought I had to turn it up, but yeah, it has been quiet. So someone did say it was turning away, and someone was having a good old Ragchew on it earlier. But yeah, that is HubNet while we're talking on the Ragchew Net. So it sounds good there, and of course I'd better turn that off before we actually upset anyone. But of course the only reason I was going to turn it up is to demonstrate high radios. It kind of breaks out the HubNet because Michael's in the picture. The only thing that I use that's the noise I get if someone does talk while I'm talking, because quite literally there is a loose screw in the back. That's how it receives HubNet. And yeah, that's not a metaphor. But that's all good. So we will go round to City M7 EMH.
Yeah, myself and Echo, my hotel back in the group, and thanks for that, Chris. And yeah, evening, Ron, all the way over there in Australia, and good to catch up with you. I'll have to jump over to 2356 at some point. I'll have to put the dashboard up and monitor it. You know, when you're on there, I'll jump in at some point and catch up with you. It's been a long time since we've had a catch up. Be good to find out how you're getting on and everything. Because funny enough, Sue was on about it the other day actually. So yeah, we'll catch up. Not much else to report actually, to be honest. You know, things are still ticking along here. As I said, I'm still trying to sort the antennas out, but at the moment the weather's been so up and down, and there's a little bit of good news in the prospect. We may be possibly moving to somewhere better in the new year. So my thinking is, do I mess about now, or do I wait to find out whether I'm actually moving? Because I can't see the point in setting something up to take it back down in a short space of time. So, yeah, bit of deliberation there. But I'm trying to think of a way of just checking out a long wire somehow. I'll get my punctuation right. I did have a thought, which I'm working on at the moment, so we'll see how that pans out, and then go from there. But you never know, might be back on HF at some point, hopefully, or moving, even better still. So we'll see what happens. But there we are. Yeah, Sue's listening, and unfortunately she still is breathing, so I've got to find another way this year to try and bump her off so I can get her insurance money so I can buy some new radios and replace some of the stuff in the radio shack, because I've actually blown up 1, 2, 3 power supplies. My big 50 amp one went, well, it didn't do anything actually, it just sort of went, it just, not even a pop really, it just went and just died. The other two, yeah, they went proper. Blue smoke, smell, the lot, big blue flash, everything. They were quite spectacular. When the last one went, I didn't even bother with it, I just ripped it out and chucked it across the garden, literally. Because I wasn't in the best of moods at the time anyway. You barrel and threw it. But so we got to replace them at some point. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare, but we're getting there. Yeah, she's back with the hospital again. She's having problems with her foot with the operation that she had for the foot cancer. So yeah, back to square one again with that. And I'm gonna break the time out, so I'll pass it back to Chris. M7CCS from Mike 7, Echo Mike Hotel.
MW7 is but yeah, it's bad news on that, and of course at least they've kept. Hang on, I've just seen M7SMA. I have not seen that call sign in a long time, so I will write that one in. Steve MW7SMA. It must be getting rain to that time again, cold and winter. But he's a really busy book, that's what I remember about Steve. Yeah, I've put you in the log there. I will get to you after Ron. We've probably not spoke to him for a long time as well. This is going to be a catch-up, isn't it? But yeah, it is good, and numbers have increased out tonight. Of course, yeah, like I said, as we know, I've had a couple of weeks off because, of course, I was ill, and then I had those blisters on the dentures, so everyone knows I wear dentures now. But of course, the very, very, very last Ragchew we were doing, I was having intermittent internet signals, as well as the network going a little bit doodly-lally. And that's what was happening. I was having problems with that, and I phoned up the provider
2 networks better than 1. And of course it's the one that's a number, and not the other one. And yeah, their answer was, oh, well, it's down to the coverage in your area. Oh, we can cancel your broadband. And I was like, well, I don't want that. I need it. But of course, Black Friday deals came round, didn't they? And they'd already told me on 3 occasions on the recorded calls, as they like to say, that I can cancel it with no charges left. Although I've got, I had about what was it, about 18 months left on it and stuff like that. So I cancelled it, and then I ordered 5G, and came to the door the next day. Yeah, I've had speeds of 120 megabits per second from mobile broadband. So, like I said, test tonight, we're running everything on it, but I'm also doing the live stream from it as well. And of course, we're doing it from Churchtown. Normally, I would remote to the live computer, but the live computer is actually here. Although it's feathered up a little bit, we have got something going. So, next in the list, where are we going to go? We just spoke to City. So we go around Steve, GW5, VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. You went a bit Dalek-like then, Chris. Yeah, had a few little gremlins here and there tonight. Yeah, what a amazing return you've made to your net. 14 people from all around the world. I've actually added that. We got 6 people from Wales, 3 from the US of A, 4 from England, and 1 from Australia. That's brilliant. And you're saying could be a net is for life, not just for Christmas. There we are, because you were talking about that before. Yours is certainly not a pop-up net, is it, Chris? It seems to be going from strength to strength. So well done. Yeah, so great to hear from everyone tonight, all our old friends, and a lot of ones that I'm not that used to. Yeah, a welcome return. Anyway, with that, I gather we're going on till 9 o'clock. Say the wife won't be very pleased. She liked the 8:30 finish, but anyway, we need that time with all these people on. So M7CCS from GW5 VOG. That's you, Chris.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Also acknowledging Steve, I've already got you in there, MW7SMA. Steve, I have got you in the log, as well as Steve we just spoke to. So we go around to Rod G0, EU there.
G0UZ, back to the group. Yeah, I had trouble with you there, Chris. You dropped out completely, but you were still coming over the... It's like I still hear you, so no problem. Everybody else is fine. A great deal more to... I mean, I've had my usual barbecue ribs today. Smoky. They were smoky barbecue. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Nice curry yesterday that came from Aldi. A Rogan Josh, a beef Rogan feed. No, it wasn't beef, it was... So, anything to do there? I've got a funeral to go to on Wednesday, so I shan't be around Sunday again. I was all set Wednesday, and then at the last minute, got a phone into town. So, not something I like to do late on because it's usually getting dark when I'm coming home. And I don't like driving in the dark at all because I can't see. That's another story, as they say. So, back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0 EUZ.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Well, it's interesting you say I'm droppy with you because it's weird. It's the same back. Although it drops, it carries the audio ability. It's weird. You don't actually lose anything, although it dropped, but it carries all of the audio that's actually set. Yeah, it's all good. You knew I was passing it to you anyway. So we're going rain to Monty now, 2W1 TER. Rain to you there.
Two Whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo. Well, I was going to settle down in a bit to watch the rugby, but I've just seen the score by accident, so I don't think I'm going to bother. Wales got absolutely annihilated by South Africa. That's really upsetting. Especially as my football team lost today as well, so not a good day. Oh, what a hammering. I didn't think we'd win, but I didn't think we'd lose by that much. You know, but there you go, that's the way it goes. Yeah, there's a few dropouts and darling voices going on, but I don't know what's going on. I wonder if it's just because there was a big hack in the week and everything, and loads of places are still suffering from it, so I don't know if the internet's playing up or what. But Cloudflare got done again. God, they're rubbish, aren't they? They're always getting done. But yeah, sports this weekend has not been good to me then. So there you go. I'm going to plan tomorrow. It's the rain though, isn't it? I've got to try and move the garlic tomorrow. But I don't want it to be absolutely hammering down. I just can't be dealing with the wet anymore. I just want to stay inside in the warmth. I get old and lazy. But there you go. Got to be done, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. I might get a dry break. I'm just going to check the weather sites and see if there's any joy ahead. Oh, there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember. Oh, what was it? Oh yeah, those lamb rogan, gosh, they're nice. They are, aren't they, from Aldi? Tasty meal. Yeah, that's me, king of the timeout yet again. 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo. Back to control.
7 Charlie Sierra. Yep, you did hit the timeout there, Monty. And yeah, I've got to say, I can't mock Aldi food, like Aldi food, do shop there. But the last in Sainsbury's deliveries instead, or going to Sainsbury's, because it seems that the prices seem to be over trading in stuff. But of course, Donna did do the Christmas hack. She went to Farm Foods and got 2 ducks for £15. Go and get them before the 1st of December. They go up to 25 each. So yeah, she's done the Christmas hack, so that's sorted. But of course, yeah, we've had prices going up. Plus we've had the budget as well. So enough said about that one. And of course, yeah, the Cloudflare hack, yeah, bad news for any networks that are using cloud encoders, DStar, etc., things like that. Yeah, it's going to affect things like that. But of course, yeah, we are lucky on the main W.D.R.G network that the encoding is done locally to the server. So that's good. It's not necessarily the actual server. It's what connects in sometimes. But of course, yeah, if anything's got a Cloudflare something on there, then yeah, it pretty much could affect things as well. And of course, yeah, I think it's GitHub that he uses for WPSD. PyStar, I think, is their own server. But of course, yeah. I know that the OpenGD77 project, you've got to go and find it from a Google folder now, because apparently the folder for the OpenGD77 modification got hacked as well, I've heard. So yeah, but that won't be the VK one, I don't think. But there is a VK guy that does OpenGD77 as well. But there was a Chinese version and it got hacked. So Mons is laughing in his chair there. So next we're going to go round to NDAF N6 UTC.
CQNW weather update. In the northwest, the southern region is overcast with temperatures around 5 degrees and wind at 4 miles per hour. The central region has light rain with temperatures at 4 degrees and wind speeds at 6 miles per hour. In the northern coastal area, it's breezy with cloud cover, temperatures around 5 degrees and winds reaching 8 miles per hour. 7-3 from M0NWX.
Okay, now the CQ Northwest traffic weather update is passed. We'll try for NDAF again, N6 UTC.
Yeah, hello, Chris, N6 UTC here, returning from the city of Long Beach, California, where currently we have clear skies, and it's 19 degrees Celsius, or 66 degrees Fahrenheit for in old-fashioned measurements, with a humidity of 59%, and we have an air quality alert in process until tomorrow. Anyway, thanks, Chris. I gotta make this a final because I gotta head out to Harbor Freight, which is a chain of hardware stores. I gotta get some equipment from over there. My company know what Harbor Freight is. I think they're out there in Tennessee, and then also I don't know what the Welsh equivalent would be. Screwfix maybe. Anyway, they're these chain of small hardware stores. Anyway, so oh, and also Michael. I guess you could argue in Illinois where the naval boot camp is, you do have the Great Lakes, so there is a body of water nearby. Anyway, all right, Chris, I may see you tomorrow. So thanks everybody for your time, and N6 UTC, Site 3.
Yep, 7-3 to you there, NDAF, and yep, may see your face tomorrow. Actually, might not. I think we're decorating the tree, me and Donna. So, yeah, you probably won't see my face tomorrow night. But, yeah, it's all good there. Right, we've got to look. I've got to look down my list. I get lost when there's too many. I'm really joking. So we go to Andy, MW0AXD.
MW0AXD returning. Hopefully this is better. Turned down the mic gain, and I've moved the mic further away from my face. But yeah, the joys of the new radio with default settings and having to learn how to configure a different radio. But yeah, nobody known as the tinkerer of things and linking and yeah, playing with my own X-Lex server and HDD link and forcing links and linking things that I then get told off by Brad Meister that I shouldn't be linking. So yeah, you know, it's a fun hobby and there's lots to experiment and play with, but it's enjoyable. You just got to grin and bear it and smile and just get ready to apologize when you break stuff. But yeah, hopefully that's all better, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra is a little bit more audioable, but yeah, I'd say if you can't find the mic gain, you're gonna have to stretch your arm out or sellotape the mic to a broom or, you know, a sweeping brush and then a bit gaffer tape. I don't know how you'll do the PTT. But yeah, it needs to go a little bit further away. Yeah, no, that's all good. But of course, yeah, you know, you've got to be out there, you've got to break things. But of course, yeah, I like to experiment, and of course, you know, I became ill and started re-experimenting other experiments. And of course, yeah, the software I was using for my gateway, my DMR gateway, is actually a desktop as well. So you can put the keyboard and mouse into the hotspot, and yeah, you can pretty much run a hotspot on there as well, and even do FT8 off it. But of course, yeah, I've not had enough time on my hands to be experimenting with that. I've just been experimenting with FT8 with Windows, really. But yeah, I got it all working really well. 10 meters to stateside, and yesterday it was doing really well and getting contacts there. And then of course I decided to get up this morning and start moving things around. And of course, yeah, the HF radio needs a new home, maybe, or maybe it will need some USB extensions for the sound cards and things for the PC. But it'll work. It's a process of elimination, isn't it? So we'll go round to Kev, MW0KJN.
MW0KJN. Cheers, Chris. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about the situation up at WW. Obviously, the antenna now is sort of semi-permanent. I can't remember where we were at last time, Chris, when I spoke to you guys about it. Perhaps, I think we were still on the temporary antenna, but obviously, as everyone knows, we did the crowdfunder and we bought the commercial antenna up there. So spent a bit of time, probably coming up to a year ago now, up there. And what we've done is we've had our own smaller mast pole thing made in the centre of the compound, which means the antenna, okay, it's not as high as it would be if it was on the mast, but it does give us the opportunity to serve anything should we need to do to get any riggers out or anything. I can just drop the pole off the little mast myself, and Chris HAC, and we can do whatever work we need to do. So it's probably going to stay like that for a while. There's probably a few stations listening now through WW, but yeah, so that was the story there. We did quite well with the crowdfunder. Plenty to pay for the antenna, though it wasn't cheap, mind. And it's a cracking thing, absolutely lovely. But there we go. Right, Chris, I'm gonna sign with you, mate. I'm gonna disappear because there's some boxing on I want to go and watch, and it's looking at this moment. It's touching 26 degrees up in this room at the minute now. So I'm going to have to go and tell the kids off now. One of them's obviously grabbed the thermostat and cranked it up, so I'm going to go and turn that down. But cheers for running the net, pal. Like I say, I'll leave the repeater connected, so a few more tones from South Wales coming through. All the best, all. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. MW0JN.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yep, not a problem there, Kev, and yeah, keep doing what you do, and of course, yeah, I donated to that antenna. I remember the position that you put it in and everything, and of course, yeah, I think we were talking about things, then I think I then went a bit quiet. I think I think some pictures of some of my renovation stuff saying it's not radio, but it's what I'm doing, what I'm proud of. And of course, I think that was a kitchen or something like that. But of course, yeah, I dropped off a bit. I've had some illness and that, and of course, came back to it. Of course, yeah, I did lose my mum and my dad. And of course, yeah, today I've been building another shack. So, of course, in the other house. You know, I've got the bathroom in, we've got a bedroom in, we've got the kitchen in, and of course, yeah, somewhere for me to operate for some downtime. It's nice to be able to just come to the desk and just operate, do some FT8 or something like that when you finished doing some stuff. So of course, that's one of the main reasons for trying to get the radio stuff all working as well. But of course, yeah, I'm around the network, but I'm not on as much. Of course, someone that's realised that is Ron, VK3MJR. We're going to him next, although I still talk on 2356 with him if I do get in, but it's not always. But I do tend to be listening there, though, Ron. But it's over to you, VK3MJR. I know you don't like this too much, but it's literally this round, and then we will be going to Steve, SMA, and then we will be going round to do the last over and 7-3 round. So over to you there, Ron, VK3MJR.
M7 Charlie Sierra, VK3MJR. Fine there, Chris. Yeah, look, I know you're always listening. Yeah, we've all got different things to do, and yeah, when you're renovating, you can't operate with a hammer in the hand and a radio in the other one. Otherwise, you finish up trying to bang the nail in with the radio and not the hammer. But yeah, that's one of those things. But once you sort of get all sorted, settled, and everything else, you'll be right. You can just walk over to your desk, plonk yourself down, play FT8 or HF or over on DMR or wherever, and do whatever you like to do for an hour or so, and then just hit the switch and walk away. You don't have to worry about packing it up and things like that. But yeah, it's nice to hear some of the boys back on. Haven't caught up to Steve for doggy's ages. He hasn't popped into 2356. Sooty, nice to hear you out there as well. And yes, hope Sue gets better, picks herself up, and off she goes. Maybe she needs a tow truck. Hoi, foot joke. Yeah, it's probably not a good one, but yeah, it's probably about the best I can come up with at the moment. But yeah, it's all good that everyone catches around. Yeah, as you say, Chris, yeah, I'm not really a net person, but yeah, I don't mind popping in from time to time, have a quick little chat before sort of moving on. But yeah, it's sort of this time of the day here or the evening there. Yeah, it's time that everything was starting to shut down anyway. So get in for the last round or so. It's fine, but no drama. And yes, that's the new desk that you've put up on Facebook there. I think that might be your last one, but yeah, it's starting to look good with the 3 monitors. M7 Charlie Sierra, VK3MJR. The radio's telling me it's time to put it back to you, mate. Over.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Yeah, we're running that open GD77, and of course, yeah, it tells you when it's time to put it back with the beeps. And yeah, no fear of you timing out. But it's all good. So of course, yeah, as you said, 3 monitors. But yeah, there's a fourth to go there. I just couldn't find the bracket for the life of me that went on the back of the monitor. But yeah, I found it whilst I was doing the net. And I've not been balancing a monitor and the speaker mic and a screwdriver and yeah, trying to hold it there with some mole grips and some duct tape whilst I try and do it up. I will put it there another time, of course. That PC has been tested. it's probably going to get moved, so the screens will probably get swapped round. But it's basically so that I can put my FT8 machine somewhere, because 20 meters was being a little bit of a pain earlier. And of course it's because I know what it is, because the antenna's coming across the top, around the back of everything and into the HF. But of course, pretty much, yeah, I've not tried me 10 turns Oakley Ballon yet, so I might give that one a go. But if push comes to shove, then we will move the FT8 PC, we will move it, and move the HF to the left-hand side. But of course, I think it's probably better on the left-hand side, because of course then it's straight out the window, straight to the antenna, and yeah, RF worries away, in a sense. So that's all good. So we'll try and go round down to Steve, MW7 SMA. Not heard you for a long time, but nice to see your call sign, and I did hear the tones of your voice. Hopefully you're hearing ours. Over to you there, Steve, MW7 SMA.
MW7 SMA. First of all, can you receive me okay, Chris?
Yeah, I've just took the ear defenders off, but yeah, I'm hearing you okay, audible. I just had to nip the radio down a little bit there when you were talking. Back to you there, Steve, MW7 SMA. I am getting you loud and clear.
MW7 SMA. We got some whiskey. Paul here in Tony. Long time. Yes, are you? We tried it through a few. So there we are. Listen, yes, it was Chris. And this is I'll try and I am working to it. Once you so what else is there? Got it a few times as well. Yeah, no, I've heard about you, and you got a new home to get ready there. So I'll give you a hand with the plastering there. And sleeping on Chris. Body.
Okay, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, good to catch up with you there, Steve. So we don't normally do this on digital, but we do do this, right? And this is a funny thing, a gripe on one of the other networks. You know, you've had people annoyed, you know, a little bit annoyed about signal reports. But of course, if you're using an RF gateway, then you're entitled to ask for a signal report on the digital. ALLSTAR, however it's configured network. Yeah, so we give you the little report. So I was listening to you directly on a DMR signal, because that kept the fuel signal going. Through my C4 FM, which is direct, so it's WiresX, like you're coming through on WW. Yep, you were coming through to me, but it kept breaking up very, very, very often. So I'd say just up that horse a little bit, yeah, it'll be good, you'll be able to is the idea. But it was still getting to me on the DMR network, but on the WiresX it was jumping. Don't know whether that is me, but yeah, we'll have signal reports as we go round. But yeah, if you are using WW and yeah, you're struggling to hit it, I'd chuck another horse at it, and it should be good. So I'm going to go round to, well, and yeah, the other thing is Kev has told me that he's keeping it connected to W.D.R.G. So of course, yeah, you'll be able to come in, call for Ron, call for me, call for whoever. Let's see if we can't get some of the net goers on in the week as well. But of course, yeah, try and use it there. And like I said, anyone wanting a signal or a recheck, we're not going to be annoyed at you. That's just a few things I've heard out there this week, and yeah, you don't get that much downtime when you're trying to do things with the renovated house. But yeah, it is a few things that you see out over the radio stuff, and of course, yeah, my face ache, as I call it. When I look through there, I'm getting outdated information because I'm not sat on it 24/7. So I'm seeing all these little gripes on things. We timed out, just as I was saying. But yeah, Angry Radio Han, that's on Facebook. And of course, yeah, he's got a bit of a gripe, and if there's anything radio, we put a gripe with it, and of course, yeah, you might agree with it, you might not agree with it, but it's sometimes, on some of these posts, you just sit back, look at the comments, and open the popcorn. Hi. Something we haven't heard from is the view from over Michael's side of the world, actually. Was yeah, Mr. T and the BBC. And over to you there, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Well, thanks, Chris. It's Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, and I am going to have to make this my final over. I know you said you were coming to the 73 round, but I didn't hear you call it out. But I'm going to have to get back downstairs and check on the wife and see what's going on in that part of the house. But it's been a great net. This is probably the longest, most populous net that we've had in a while. So there's other voices coming in, and along with the anchor crew that you've had for the last few months, I guess. But it's been a great net, so enjoyed it. But I'm going to say 73 for now. Hope everybody has a great week, and we'll talk again hopefully next Saturday, same time, same frequency. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo Indy Papa, 73 for now.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, it is the 7-3 rain gun, I'm sorry, I forgot to announce it. But it's all good there. But of course, yeah, it is good there. Like I said, out of the blue, the numbers have just popped up. But of course, yeah, it's all good, and we keep it going. I try to keep it going. Sooty keeps his side going as well. We do our best to keep W.D.R.G net maintained as well. Of course, you know, we've all got lots of things going on in our life, and of course, you know, it's one of them things that we found actually from having the radio group. Is everyone's all there, everyone's excited, everyone's there at the beginning, and then this thing called life comes along, of course, you pretty much you have to not do as much as such, and of course, yeah, it drops off, and everything becomes family orientated because of the times of the month and things like that. And then, of course, yeah, it's just the way it goes. And you start to think, oh, nobody's really bothering, and then you realise that all the other networks are all nice and quiet as well. But then, out of the blue, you end up with numbers on the net, and of course, it is good there. I remember the very early Ragchew Nets when it used to throw me. But yeah, it's just that thing, you know, you keep at it, and they will come, in that sense. But of course, we've got to say a big thanks to Kev for connecting WW up as well, because that has brought people onto the net as well. We've got to say a big thank you to CQ Northwest as well. So yeah, I'll get Sooty to explain that in his over, how that works with the network. But in a nutshell, it's pretty much, yeah, when it's net time, they connect to us, and when it's any other time of the day, we connect to them. So, of course, yeah, it's pretty much linked now. It's an experiment that's been taking place for a while, and of course, yeah, it's two good networks, many ways in, but of course that's got a lot of RF gateways as well, but of course there's just not the traffic, so of course by putting it together, when we may generate from the little bits of traffic. Hey, I'm not sure how far I got up to, but I know that I timed out. So we go round to City M7EMH for your last over and 7-3.
Yeah, I said that on my hotel back in the week. Thanks for that, Chris. And yeah, you pretty much explained it. Rest of the time, it's I'm connected to them via my hotspot, and then they connect into us just before the net, and then I leave it unlinked, and then at 12 o'clock at night time, it automatically reconnects after it is disconnected. So yeah, it works quite well actually, because it does put traffic both ways. You know, if you get the odd American come in from CQ Northwest and some of the other guys, there was a station from Sweden the other day, had a chat with him, and the chap came in, oh god, it must have been a couple of weeks, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, literally just before I was going to bed, which was, but admittedly it was stupid o'clock in the morning. I think it was something like 2 o'clock in the morning, but yeah, I had a chat with him, so yeah, it does seem to work okay. Don't seem to get many problems, and beauty of it during the day, if we do get any hassles, I just unlink it, and it unlinks straight away, and then it separates the network. So yeah, it seems to work okay, not a problem. Anyway, with that, I'll say brilliant net tonight, and nice to see all the guys back. Hopefully we'll catch up on my little net on a Wednesday with some of yourselves there. If not, hopefully we'll catch you all next Saturday. In the meantime, I will say 7-3s, very best of care to all of you, and we will catch you very soon. So from Mike 7 Echo Mike Hotel, 73s, and from M7 IJP, 7-3s. 7-3s from out. Take it easy.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Thierry, 7-3, and of course, yeah, to your comb over. Yeah, I'd leave it. I think Bob would suit you better, and I think Sue's probably laughing now, but like I said, I caught up on face ache. So, yeah. So, right, we'll go round to Steve now for his last over and 7-3, GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, 73 to everybody. Really enjoyed the net tonight. Been very interesting. We haven't had very much reference to foodborne. The main item along those lines was chicken in the kitchen. And the answer to in the kitchen, where else would you cook it? Could be, maybe not this time of year, on the barbecue out in the garden, of course. So anyway, yeah, thanks for running the net. And thanks for running it all year long and making it so successful. So this is GW5. Best to everyone on the Chris M7CCS from GW5 VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Thierry. Yep, 7-3 to you there, Steve. And of course, yeah, it's good net, as you said. So we go round to Rob now, G0, EUZ.
Zero, you said. Back to the group. Yeah, I echo everything you said. Yeah. Conversation has been very good. Thanks to everybody. Good to hear you. Everybody have a good week, and we'll catch you next weekend. You said.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Thierry. Yep, 7-3 there, Rod. So we go round to Monty, 2W1, TER.
Whiskey 1, Tango Echo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Yeah, 7-3's all, nice little chat. I'm glad to get the running. Yeah, I don't think it's barbecue weather at the moment, is it? But yeah, no, hopefully it's all back on next week as well. And let's see what the week brings for everybody. I hope it's all joyous and good and full of joy and fun. Because if you're not having fun, go out your way to make some, even if it's something stupid. But there you go, 2 Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo, 7-3's, handing back to control.
Yep, 7-3 there, Monty. And, yeah, good advice there. So, and that's already said there, 7-3. So we go over to MW0, AXD, Andy, for your last over and 7-3.
Yeah. So hopefully that's an improvement. But, yeah, it's been great catching up with people. It's been a good night and some familiar call signs. We'll have to see if I've got 5 in the week to do 2, 3, 5, 6. Just didn't seem to be the hectic in work, as well as juggling doing at the house, which only deals with the site. But yeah, everyone have a great weekend and catch you later. 73 from MW0 AXD.
Yep, 7-3 there, Andy, and yeah, nice to have you on there. And like I said, yeah, Ron, Mark, and Hans, and Jeff, stateside. Yeah, about they're on till about 1 p.m. Well, might be wrong on the times, but about 1 p.m. our time. Okay, I started, so I finished, and yeah, I managed to time myself out somehow. But yeah, our time, as I was saying there. So we've done a 7-3 from Kev, so we'll go over to Ron, VK3, MJL. I was there halfway through the over, so that's what happened there. So next, well, I've got to see where I was actually, because we were going round doing 7-3s, and then Ron came to me, and I was putting it to Ron anyway. So yeah, we'll go round to Steve, MW7SMA, and of course, yeah, I'm sure, yeah, you find a way in, we should be able to catch up a lot more often. MW7SMA from M7CCS.
MW7SMA back into the group. Yeah, I say, Chris, I wasn't too sure. I'm like my horses often do as far as they can go now. I'm on my 425. But as I was saying, I was receiving everything in stop. As soon as I I dropped the key, everybody was drying out. It's just me, I think. As I say, even the Echolink, I thought I'll be alright on Echolink when you told me where to go on the Echolink. Even that kept disconnecting, so whether it's your end or what, I don't know. I think it must be your end. Because, you know, I do use Echolink from time to time, and I never have a problem, but, yeah, weird, isn't it? But, yeah, as I say, whiskey, I mean, from Swansea to Tenby, you know, it's end stop, like, you know, here in Simplex and whatever. It's end stop, so, whatever it is. Don't mess with it at the moment, I would say. Fantastic signalling into Tenby. But, yeah, very lovely to hear everybody. I mean, there's voices there, you know, I haven't heard for a long, long time. It's a shame. It's a shame you had to move off at 2, 3, 5, 6, because we had a good, you did explain it. With, Brandmeister and that, opinion, wasn't they, Brandmeister? Because we had a good thing going there. Anyway, as I say, yeah, Ron, if you're still listening, as I say, I do listen every day, 7 days a week. But it's just the wrong time of the day for me. I'm in full motion. Then, you know, as a pastor, you don't stop. You can't afford to stop. So that's the only reason I don't call in. It's the time difference. Anyway, guys, lovely to hear everybody. And I hopefully can. Yeah, Chris, just before I go, do you come through whiskey every week, ever?
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. This is the first week that I'm aware that we've come back through whiskey. Of course, I had the personal things that I went through, so yeah, I kind of didn't keep in touch with Kev as much. And stuff like that, so I wasn't really up together with what was going on with whiskey, etc. And I know that the new antenna went up and everything like that, so of course that was good for it. And of course, yeah, new feed line and everything else. So yeah, it was good for whiskey, but of course, yeah. Every week, as far as I know, Kev will probably come in and give an update with it. But yeah, every week, as far as I'm aware, and all the time, I think, is what he said. From now on, it's coming over into W.D.R.G. So I'm sure it can still be moved and everything, as well. He said all the time over into W.D.R.G. So I might be wrong on that. I'm sure he'll send me a message if I was wrong on it. So of course, right. I will put it back over to you there quickly, Steve.
Yeah, NW7SMA. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, I know you want to get on, whatever, and everybody else wants to get on. But as I say, some voices I haven't heard for a long time. It is nice to catch up with you all. And hopefully, I'll now I know you're on whiskey, I'll make sure I've got it on there, on them. So I'll listen out for you next week. I'd love to catch up with you all. Yeah, Chris, all the best to you and your family there. Good luck with all the work. Let's say if I lived closer, I'll come and give you a hand. But unfortunately, we're a bit of a hike apart, aren't we? There we are. Yeah, over to you, Chris. I know you want to crack on. And to everybody on the net, very nice to hear you all. Back over to you, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, is not a problem at all. And of course, yeah, you know, I set aside the time to do the net and whatever, and of course, yeah, I'm rebuilding the shack at the moment, in a different location as well. But of course, yeah, on your signal, keep using your 25 horses. You are, there's the odd blip, but yeah, it might be between or whatever. But yeah, you'll to have a word with Mr. Doyle and ask him how many horses he's ridden and how many degrees west, east, or wherever his antenna goes, because I know he's got a Yagi straight up whiskey from Tenby. So I'll be around a little bit after the net as well. I'll say 7-3 to everybody who joined in the net. I've got to keep on the time, and yeah, if it goes to red, then I'm about to tie out. So in the net tonight we had myself, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, we had Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa, we had M7 EMH City, we had GW5 VOG Steve, we had G0 EUZ Rod, we had KEDQC Todd, we had 2W1 Monty, we had N6UTC NDAF, MW0ASD Andy, GW Field 4 XMR's call sign mentioned, whether it was there or not, he's in the log. 0 KJN, Kef was there, M7RJP was listening, VK3 MJR, Ron came in, and Steve, I was Mike 7 Charlie Sierra on the Wales Ragchew Net. Joined Sookie on Wednesday for his net. I've got to unkey because my numbers have gone red. As I was saying, joined City on Wednesday from 4 p.m. 4:30 p.m. I think it is actually. On this network, if you can get in via WW, etc. And City will be doing his net. And of course talk on the network all the time. For information how to get through from the W.D.R.G side, go to www.wdrg.uk. On the website you will find